Hello everyone, this is your friend and host Hari Nakai. I welcome you back on our show. Today we have Mr. Lavi Gidwani. Lavi, welcome you to our show.
Thank you so much for inviting me to the show.
You're
Harry.
most welcome. This is a tax season. People wanted to know a lot of questions about taxes. Business taxes date is coming, so we'll discuss about that as well. So when we start about the tax season, how is it going? Are you guys busy right now?
Uh, we're generally busy throughout the year because corporations taxes are every month. Every business have the taxes filing is different month. Personal taxes are already over. Tax filing is all done. Now business taxes, obviously, we are filing right now. But currently, what's happening is government has declared that obviously it's still September 1st. A lot of taxes which should have been filed by June 30th, they got extended till September 1st. So August month will be a little busier because everyone needs to file before September 1st. They've also provided an extended to the deadline for the payments as well. Previously, they wanted the payment to be done by September 1st as well. Now they've extended till September 30th.
So people have a month more to pay the payments, right?
To the GST payments, payroll payments, tax payments. So just because they have considered COVID as a situation where people were still struggling to make payments, and then they thought to give another 1 month, which will give them a little bit of breathing so that there's no panic or there's no interest charge. The main is the interest and penalties. So it's a waiver to them.
So friends, we have a 1 month more extension to the payments, which is a new rule which is government has applied right now, as well as Lavi has a lot of more questions we will be discussing with him and he will be answering those questions as well. So Lavi, I would like to know about the services that you offer. Like you file taxes, that's one thing. What else you do when as an accountant? Because people are looking for accountant nowadays and there are not that much accountants in the city. They have to trust an accountant because accountant is as equal to the lawyer or a doctor. So what other services do you offer for our clients?
We offer services for a corporation. We start from doing a incorporating the company. We train them as well. We explain them how do they manage the company, which is a very important thing is what I feel is because when you incorporate a company, okay, you have a company, but how to maintain the company, what documents to maintain, what to do. Going forward, we do GST tax returns, we do payrolls for employees on a monthly basis, semi-monthly basis, depending on how the client likes to pay the employees, bi-weekly basis. We also make sure that we do the regular bookkeeping for them, which is monthly basis, so that the clients are updated that what's happening in the business, especially during the current circumstances. Everyone wants to know how is the business doing because a majority of the business are affected due to the COVID-19.
Absolutely.
So bookkeeping is a very important part. We do it throughout the year, every month basis. We do corporate tax filing, we do personal tax filing. We also provide additional services like we do business plans for them, we do projections for them, we do future projections, seeing that what will the company do depending on what new things are they doing. We help them through business financing. In this period, clients have been looking for small loans, operating loans, line of credit, so that they survive this period. We help them to do that. So that basically boosts them.
Absolutely. There are few people who come in, across me, and they were asking about these things. Very important because they are personal friends as well, right? And I have my own clients who are actually moving from different locations. Like somebody's moving from Toronto, somebody's from BC. So this is just a question for those clients who wants to file taxes and they want to move here. So does the taxes which you are filing, the taxes you are filing, are you filing only in Alberta or you can file as well as for the other regions as well?
We can file for any region throughout Canada. There's no particular rule that we cannot file for who's in Ontario or BC. We can help anyone in any region.
Perfect. So friends, if you are in other region and you are moving to Alberta or you might be moving from Alberta to anywhere else, Lavi is one person you can trust and you can give a call and you can file taxes as well as with Lavi. So Lavi, there is some regulations and deadlines in terms of tax payments which we discussed. Can you elaborate that thing and give the idea to the viewers what is happening nowadays, because there are so much fluctuation going on, right? And tax filing season is right now and people still have not filed the taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
September 1st is the last date where they have to file the taxes without any penalties and interest. Anything filed after that, there will be penalties and interest. As we said that they have extended, the September 1st was a deadline to make the payment as well. That was the last day to make all the payments without any penalties. But as discussed, they have extended by 30 days. So it is September 30th, the last day for the payment. But any taxes to be filed for now, it is September 1st.
So when we talk about the documents required for a new business in terms of filing taxes, is there something different for them as well? What are the documents which are required?
When it's a new business and a person opens a new corporation, they start doing a business, it can be any kind of business they do. It is important for them to keep all the receipts, all the documents with them, considering sometimes they do make an expense, which is in business expense, but they aren't aware that this could be a write-off to the business.
Absolutely.
Keeping all the receipts and documents would always help us to make them understand, okay, this could be an expense, which you're doing it for your business, which the client might not be aware of.
When we talk about the receipts, like some people don't keep the receipts, but they use a particular visa, like their one visa, which they are spending everything. That helps also, or does the receipts also play an important role? Like you have to keep the receipts as well.
Receipts is really important. You have to keep the receipts. Canada Revenue Agency is they understand what happens in a business, but sometimes it's very simple. You need receipts to prove it is your business expense.
Absolutely.
Like a simple example would be a gas expense.
But don't you think that if they have a visa they are spending, and on that particular visa they are spending, like say gas or whatever bills they have, that's all already there on their visa. So why the receipts are more important?
See, what particular happens is on your visa you can buy a gas. You can pay for the gas for your friend too.
Okay,
That cannot be your business expense.
Absolutely.
And the gas and your friend will actually reimburse to you sometimes later. But your receipt is the proof that it is for your particular car, your expense. It is just an example. It can be various other things.
I got you.
And the GST. So like one reason is it identifies it is your expense.
Yes.
The second is the GST content. On the receipt, there is a GST number of the vendor you're buying the product from.
Okay. Yeah.
So one is gas, meals. These are common ones. But suppose if you buy supplies and you have a business, with example is like you have a restaurant business. You buy products from GFS and you buy from Cisco. They don't charge you 5%. They charge you a very small amount depending on what product you bought, not food items, but like any other items. So you need to have that right number from that receipt.
And for how long we have to maintain those receipts?
You have to keep them for 6 years.
6 years, right?
Yes.
It can be asked anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah, because it's a business receipt.
It's a business receipt.
Yeah.
And then you have to keep them just considering, because at the end of the year, you do the right calculation in terms of the GST.
Yeah. So, friends, as you know, like these are very important things which we are discussing. Tax season is here again, and same thing, because some people are not keeping the receipts. Some people they can be asked anytime. So, as Lavi told us that the records has to be maintained for 6 years in case it is required to be asked, right? And then Lavi, there was another very important question from one of our viewers that nowadays when people are buying for investment, they are buying more in the commercial investments than operating business. So why, what do you think is why people are going more towards the commercial investments?
During the last 6 months, there has been a slight change towards more in investment properties, like commercial investment properties, because operating business is still struggling. A lot of them is still trying to recover from the COVID-19 situation. So people obviously are scared to invest more towards a business, seeing how the market trend is, how the economy changes. The reason of buying towards more investment property is, first is obviously it's a property you feel more safer because you have the asset with you.
Absolutely.
Second is there's a drop in the interest rate.
Yes.
The prime rate is 2.45 today, which is making them to buy the property, because they know if they buy a property, they do a fixed rate for 5 years, 6 years. Say 5 years fixed, it's not going to go up. this interest rate was not there a year back.
Absolutely.
So that is pushing them to buy an investment, keep it with them, lease it out, or do an operating business, whatever they want to do in that property. But that is trending towards.
But don't you think that the business is actually, a kind of investment which people want to do nowadays, because people are moving from different provinces,
Right.
which I have seen, especially in Alberta, people are moving from different provinces. Maybe the taxes over there are pretty high. That's why they want to move to Alberta. Now they have the money to invest, but commercial business is one thing, which is their like commercial property. But operating business is something which is their everyday earning they can do from the business. So what do you think this trend will change soon, or is just a bubble which is happening right now?
Look, I believe the trend will change soon,
Uh-huh.
because people will go into businesses, that they will buy businesses, they'll open new businesses.
Yeah.
It will be back again. And what I feel is, by meeting so many clients, and I understand how are they feeling and where are they coming from, is they're just waiting
Yeah.
for a little bit before they go into it. Because yes, people want to invest, people
Yeah.
want to do new businesses.
Absolutely.
Everyone wants to have their own business, but the idea is they're just being a little safe than being sorry.
So how are you helping them in terms of when they are coming to you? What is the right advice do you give to them? Because you are dealing with every walk of life. When talk about investments, talk about realtors, talk about the business man, talk about the builders, whatever businesses there, you are dealing with everyone. So in terms of somebody comes to you, what is the right advice by you? Because it has a lot of things involved. It has documentation involved. You might be helping them for the documentation as well. Right? So how do you help those people?
The first idea is, I'm not saying that this is not the right time to buy the business.
Yeah.
Every time is a good time, depending how the business is.
Absolutely.
So if a client walks into my door and says that, okay, I'm looking into buying this business, would you help me to understand, is this business making a profit?
Yeah.
So I would do my due diligence and say that if you buy this business and this is the X amount you're looking into it, this is your investment. You're looking into making this money every year.
Yes.
Your investment would be recovered in this amount of years. If you are satisfied, then move ahead and we'll help you, and we'll just go ahead and buy the business.
Yeah.
But if this is not what you're looking for, then hold on to it. Look for another opportunity.
Absolutely.
Just depending on if the client is seeing the right picture. And we help them to understand, okay, this is what the true picture of the business is. And if this is what you thought, let's proceed. Go ahead and buy.
Absolutely. And even how are the banks working nowadays? Because you go hand in hand, right, with the bank. Because bank has a very important role. The interest rates are fluctuating. They're going down. That's the right time people are thinking of buying a property. Like it may be a residential property, it may be a commercial property. People love to invest right now. Those people who have money, they are moving here. They want to invest. So in terms of bank, when we talk about, is the bank also you are giving a guidance to your customer, like what to do when they are going to the bank as well?
Absolutely. How do we help them is, we tell them anytime they want to buy a business, they want to buy a commercial property, we do the debt serving calculation.
Okay.
And say that on the basis of your debt serving, this is what you could be approved for.
All right.
Because banks would also calculate your debt serving ratio. So being an accountant, we know their personal debts, we know their personal income, we know the company's income. So we do that ratio calculation. And if the ratio calculation is good, we tell them, okay, you're good, you should be fine, you should be getting an approval on this amount, and this is good to go. And this is the amount of the down payment we are looking at. Because the down payment also makes a difference. You make higher down payment, the interest rate is little less.
Absolutely.
If you make a lower down payment, then the interest rate goes up.
And then it makes a huge difference as well.
Absolutely.
Because definitely you are end up paying less money than what you're paying right away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because if your down payment is less, there is a program which the bank offers, is the Canadian Small Business Loan, in which the interest rate is a little higher than the conventional loans.
Yes.
So if your interest rate is higher, your yearly interest payment is higher. So that changes your debt serving ratio.
Absolutely.
And that's where we do the calculation, say that if you do the higher payment, you qualify. Some people qualify on the lower down payment too. So depending on.
And there was a program which the government has started, that they were giving 40,000 to the small business.
Yes.
Is that program still available? Because most of our clients has not taken that money from the government, and they are looking forward for that as well. So because the businesses, obviously the business are getting slow, and they look forward for more loans to smoothly operating their business.
Right.
So is the program still available?
The program is still available. It is active. People are still applying for it. like recently, it has been a while, more than a month or so. They've changed rules as well. They have allowed people to apply for it without even having your payroll account, or if you don't have payroll for employees. If you have 40,000 non-deferral expenses, you can still apply, and people are getting approved. Majority of our clients are already approved under the new program that the SEBA has offered.
And as well, because customers want to know this thing, that they were getting the $2,000 scheme, which was available for the people who have been laid off due to COVID and stuff. Is that also still going on, and how long is that period going on?
That's only for the last month. So
And this is the last month?
yes,
All right.
because and which was extended.
Okay.
So everyone has got the benefit, and it was only applicable for people who were affected due to COVID-19 and they
Absolutely.
lost their jobs. Government has provided that help for that period.
So we are really thankful that you have so many queries. You have given us the questions, and you're liking our channel, subscribing our channel. We are really thankful to you and that's why we are calling those professionals here. So Lavi is here, who is giving us guidance about the tax payments today. So Lavi, there is this question come from one of our viewers, which he has asked about the change in wage subsidy due to COVID-19. So what is that actually?
Wage subsidy is like a program by the federal government. They've been helping employers to basically, they are insisting them to ensure that they have employees so that they can reduce the unemployment rate.
Okay.
So what they're doing and what they were doing until now was they were providing 75% of wage subsidy, as in if whatever you pay to your employees, they were giving 75% of it if your revenue was dropped down by 30%.
Okay.
But now what they're doing is now they're changing the rule too, because a lot of people have requested that if the revenue is not dropped by 30% and if they're dropped by 20%, they should get some incentive.
Some incentives, yes, absolutely.
So they've changed the rule as well. So if your revenue is dropped by 20%, you still qualify for a wage subsidy, but not for 75%. But there is a separate calculation to be done for that. But you still get some incentive, some money, so that you're still hiring people with yourself.
Yeah, so government is helping a lot of people by different regulations. They have already also done some relaunched grant by the government of Alberta. What is the relaunch grant actually?
Relaunch grant was a really a good program by government of Alberta. What they did was they've giving grants up to $5,000 to businesses who were asked to shut down due to COVID-19, or in the period of March to May or June or whenever they were not allowed to operate during the phases of 1, 2, or 3. But it's up to $5,000, but you have to be declined in revenue by 50%.
Okay.
So the comparison was to either last year of April 2019 to 2020 or the average of February. So if your revenue is down by 50% in the month of April and May 2020, you qualify for it.
So, these subsidies, these grants, these benefits which are provided by the government, are they on the returnable basis?
No. The grants are just provided to you you don't have to refund the grant. It is an incentive provided by the government of Alberta, and it's only for Alberta businesses, this relaunch grant.
Okay.
And when we talk about wage subsidies, no, you are not refunding that too, because the federal government is helping you and insisting you to keep more employees, make sure you have employees, your business is active, they're supporting your business so that you don't fail in this COVID-19.
That's a really, really big benefit which you are getting from the government of Alberta. And I think there is none of the other countries who are supporting their employees, their business to grow like that. And we are really thankful to the government which they are offering these subsidies, right?
100%. I always say we are blessed to be a part of Canada.
Absolutely.
Canadian government has provided a lot of benefits during this pandemic to individuals, to small businesses, to provide subsidies. They are also, like, government of Alberta is coming up with a new subsidy program for daycares as well.
Okay.
That's starting in January 2020.
Okay.
So that will be an incentive to the daycares, because daycares is also one of the business have been really affected a lot. Because the capacity now is 30%.
Mhm.
So if a daycare used to have 100 children, 100 kids, now they could only have 30.
Okay.
So now obviously their revenue has
Gone down.
has
Yes,
gone down.
Absolutely.
But the grant which they used to get, it was going to increase very soon.
So, what are they going to support in the terms of like if if there are less kids they are taking in, so that means they need more daycares.
They need more than that. They insist, because once the September school opens again,
Yes.
the daycares will be getting more and more of
Busy,
people
yes,
busy,
yeah.
because now we understand schools are not open. Kids are at home.
Yeah.
A lot of parents have been laid off.
Absolutely.
So obviously they want to save their own money, try to spend on daycares, and they are taking care
Yeah.
of the child,
Yeah.
which is perfectly fine. But we are expecting people will go back to work.
Yes.
Everyone will get the job back. Economy will be back to the same pace. It will take a little bit of
A
time,
little bit of time, yes.
which we all understand
Yeah.
because of this situation. It has been a major hit, but it is something which it will be recovered, is what we see on the positive side. And then the kids will go back to the daycare.
So that means, friends, daycare is also another good business to invest in right now.
There will be, because
Absolutely.
people will start going there, and then the grant, as I said, the grant part of the daycare is
Yes.
going to increase.
Absolutely.
That's a great initiative by the
Yeah.
government of Alberta.
Yeah, definitely. And as we know that you are also changing the location,
Right.
so will you be able to tell our viewers like what is the location right now you are based in, and what is the new location you're moving to?
Sure. Currently, we are operating from Unit 201 9811 34 Avenue, and we're moving by September end to Calgary Trail. So
Okay.
it is 2814 Calgary Trail Northwest.
So it's a bigger office than this one.
It is a bigger
Yeah.
office than this one, and the new location would be start operating from 1st of October.
So your team is also increasing.
Yes,
Okay.
we are hiring more people to work with us, so that it gets more support to people
Absolutely.
as well as to our clients.
So, friends, their team is increasing. The business is getting better now, and it will definitely get better. Obviously, it's the time like that, but definitely this is the it cannot go lower than this what we are facing right now. So definitely it's going to increase. So any questions you have from Lavi, the number is mentioned below. He's always there, like every week he's coming 2 to 3 times on our show. So that if you have any questions, please let us know, so that we can ask the same questions to Lavi, and he can give you his guidance to you as well. So before we wind up the show, Lavi, would you like to give any messages to our viewers?
Sure. To all the businesses, individuals, we understand that last few months have been really difficult, but I think, as we said, there's been a lot of support by the government, and we've been trying to recover in this economy. Any kind of financial or any kind of need required when we talk about taxes, tax planning, any kind of need is required, please contact me. I would be more than happy to assist you for this period, or anything like that, any tax planning or anything to do with taxes, would be more than happy to assist you.
So friends, me as well as Hani Walia, we both are very happy and blessed that we are able to give you our, these experts on our show, and we would love that you should give us opportunity to serve you as well. If you have any questions, please give us a call. You want to come to our show, our number is mentioned below. Please give us a call, and we thank Lavi for coming to our show as well. His number is mentioned below. So thank you, Lavi, for coming on our
Thank
show.
you so much for inviting me on the show.